It's 7:30 and I'm at a laundry place. Not because I need to do laundry, but because this is like the teenager's aesthetic dream, whatever. So I decided, coming here before school starts, when it's dark outside, 7, 6 a.m., would be kind of a bucket list worthy thing to do. I think I'm hinting at something right now. What I decided to do was take a blank piece of paper and spend 24 hours trying to fill it up with as many good things as I can. These good things could essentially be anything, but I decided to start off with something very specifically themed, I guess. So this pandemic situation brought with it a kind of stigma that my freedom was somehow taken away from me. Or that because of all of these things, because of a potential lockdown and the whole situation, for some reason my life was somehow put on pause. And when I thought about it, I don't think that's true. I don't think that this pandemic, at this point in time, limits things on an individual level. I do understand that I'm speaking from a privileged perspective. One, I'm a teenager, so I don't need to make money, seeing as I live with my parents. Two, nothing is really at stake for me or my family in a potential lockdown. And what I mean by that is that there are obviously, restaurants, cinemas, and businesses like that will get affected by a lockdown and are already affected by the situation in general. My entire point in all of this is that I'm not trying to do this to be hypocritical or ignorant in any way. I guess this is for people like me who kind of want to make the best of this time of their life, because this is nothing more than just me trying to live my life to the fullest given the circumstances that are around us now. Here's the thing. I know that I want to put good things on the list, or good things that I still have access to even with the pandemic, things that I like about life that aren't taken away by any circumstances, that aren't limited by curfews or lockdowns, things that I can do regardless of the situation. I don't know whether I want this to be actions, things to do, or more like conceptual, like this is all theoretical. I think I should just start writing, honestly. Here's the thing about all of this. I understand that nothing is really taken away from me. But at the same time, when people talk about it, it seems like so much is at stake. And I don't want to feel that. I feel like that's a very negative outlook that I don't want to have in my life. And I feel like this is also a way to get myself to be okay with any potential circumstances, to get myself to be okay with a potential lockdown, and understand what I still have as an option for me, and where my freedom is limitless, essentially, because that's my biggest issue at the moment. I actually started with making a gratitude list because I felt like I didn't have any ideas at first and I didn't even know what I really liked. So making a gratitude list and realizing what I actually enjoy about life definitely gave me some ideas and helped me make my exclusive bucket list. So I decided to take one day to fill up this paper and create a list. The list I was creating, I wasn't sure what to name it at first, but this really is just an exclusive bucket list. In other words, a bucket list of things that I can only do during these times, meaning all of the circumstances that I have in my life now. This includes, but is not limited to, the pandemic, my school life, my social life, any sort of sanitary restrictions, any sort of motivational factors, any sort of seasonal, whatever thing that you feel like limits you. As I wrote the list, I found that there are actually so many things that I was missing out on in life. And essentially, this was my intention from the very beginning, but having it on paper and realizing just how much you're missing out on is a kind of motivational factor that I honestly didn't expect. The fact that it's an exclusive bucket list, you automatically feel this connotation that everything is temporary, which it makes sense, everything in life is, but I don't know. It's weird because we don't usually see things this way, but I think there's definitely truth in having this kind of outlook. And I think a lot about enjoying life comes from the fact that it's going to end one day. Personally, and to kind of spark some ideas among you, here's what I came up with. Watch the sunrise, spend as much time as possible outside, journal in the park, dedicate an entire day to writing a story, document the lonely streets of Paris at 6 a.m., read 4 books in February, follow your passions in all the newfound free time, have a self-care day, basic, document my thoughts about the world at 6 a.m. at a laundry place, which only opens this early during the pandemic, watch an online play, go to a day-long hike, go wandering around the city with a journal, take someone on an early morning photo shoot, go on a crazy adventure during the day, write a spontaneous short story, have a concert at home, watch and journal about documentaries, experiment with shifting and astral travel, make music with my sister or on my own. You might have noticed that my entire list is kind of linked to like early mornings, and that's not because I'm trying to be a CEO, but rather because here in France we have a curfew from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. during which we cannot go out. However, as limiting as that seems, that means that from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. we're free to go wherever we like. I'm excited because this is a kind of existential approach to life that I've always, thought about but never actually implemented. And I think this is step 1. It's insane how much we can actually get out of life if we try to do that a bit more. I want to point out that obviously I haven't included everything possible on the list, but I did feel like the process of writing it kind of broadened my horizons and made me think about all these things. And obviously there is a high chance that after completing this bucket list I'll have more things to do, and that's kind of the whole purpose. This list follows an idea that I kind of keep coming back to in my personal life, and that idea is kind of really linked to the fact that so much of your life changes from a simple switch in perspective. So the whole point of this is that I want to tell you to follow your dreams and make the best of whatever period of life you're going through right now, because no matter how passive or uneventful it might seem, this is life and you have to live it, whether it's eventful or not, whether it's the dream or not. In fact, you can make it a dream. That's the whole point of this. So I'll let you think about this one. Thank you.